Hello Facebook ads people, I'm Konstantinos, and today we're going to discuss about the audiences that we're using in the audience section in our ad account settings. So you do know that in advanced shopping campaigns we do have the audience, the retargeting audience cap, and you do know that we can break down the results and see how many people are existing customers or new customers and all of that. But how can we get this data? It's by adding some specific audiences into the ad account settings, into the audience area. Let's go into my PC. Let me show you which is this area and what kind of audiences you should add there, because apparently this is a question that I have seen several times in the channel. Hi guys, I would like to interrupt this video in order to talk to you about my new mentorship programs, and I would love if you go to the website. You're going to find the link in the description, or you can find it in the menu of my website, and over there you're going to be able to see the different mentorship programs that I have. You can find the one that is going to fit better your needs, and I will hope to see you there. Okay, so we're in my PC, we're in one of my clients' ad accounts, and in this one we're going to discuss why we need these audiences, and then I'm going to show you where we're going to add them and what kind of audiences you need there. First, and the most important thing for some people, not for everyone, because I do like to use this setting inside this the advanced plus, which is the let me find it here, the existing customer budget cap. As you can understand, if you're not going to define your existing customers, I'm not going to click it right now, you're not able to put a cap over here to the existing customer budget cap. So what is this helping to? It's helping to, for example, you can say I'm going to retarget 20% of my existing customers on my Advanced Plus. Now, Advanced Plus shopping campaigns are campaigns that they are taking a lot of the budget, not a lot of the budget, let's say 20% of the budget or more for retargeting. What I have seen with this specific setting over here, if you check it and you put your percentage, is that I have noticed that no matter what kind of percentage you add, it's going to do 20% and more. So if you do 10%, it's going to do 20%. If you do 30%, it's going to do again close to 20%. This is just one of the things that I have noticed. I'm not using it at all because anyway, it's going to do some retargeting. Even if you add 0% over here, it's doing some retargeting. I don't know why, but it is. You have two options over here, and these are the two options that we do have in the ad accounts. Either you're going to define just the existing customers and not the engaged audience, or you're going to define both, and I will show you later in this video how you're going to set up these audiences and where. Now, the next thing which is really important is, because you might say, how do you know that it's doing 20%? Okay, so if you break down the results and you go here to demographics and you go by audience segment, you're going to see that it's categorizing it based on existing customers and new customers, and you can see how much is the amount spent comparing to the total amount, for example, over here. Okay, so as you can see from the almost 2K, it spends 200. This is close to 10%. It's not more than that, but these are new campaigns. Let me see a little bit on the older campaigns and on the maximum period, how much it's doing. Just a second, bear with me. So as you can see here, just a fast way to calculate the numbers. For example, here you can see that I'm not using any cap here, so it's between 10 and 20% most of the time. So if you see it's having, maybe I was too hasty to say 20%. In some of the accounts I'm seeing 20% consistently. Here maybe because I haven't defined the audience which is actually engaged. Maybe this is why it's happening, but it's between 10 and 20%. So here with 7,000, so the total budget is 7,800. If we do 7.8 divided by 100, we get 70, 80. Okay, so we get close to 600, so close to 16%, 70%, something like that. The same goes with other campaigns over here, an older one. This is a new audience, this is an old, so from, if we do 15 divided with 10, we'd get 1.5, so 1,500. So here we're close to 10% with this one, and so on. So it's between that, you know, it's going to do this kind of retargeting between 10 and 20% when you're using the cap. I think it's a little bit more closer to 20% in some of the accounts if you're defining also your engaged audience. These are the two benefits that you can get by just having these audiences there. The most important thing that I want to tell you before we even go and see the different settings that you can do and which audiences you're going to set is that, from my experience, because these things came to our life on March, whenever I'm adding something like doing another audience or defining the audiences on the ad account settings, I can see that these campaigns tend to reset. How do I understand that? I'm seeing the leading ad losing budget and another ad which was still there in hypnosis taking budget. It's not a new ad on the Advanced Plus. It's just an ad which was there with a very small budget, just taking budget, which shows me that they kind of reset and then we have a new balance and stuff and you have to optimize them all over again. So be careful. If you have many campaigns, don't even bother doing this defining of the audiences. But if you have just one or two campaigns, maybe it's good for you to just add it there. So now, after I actually warned you about resetting your campaigns, if you have way too many stuff, it's better not to touch it, but still you have to know which are the good settings for this one and everything. So over here, obviously I'm going to hide this one for the sake of my client and stuff. This is easy, it's add to cart and stuff, but there's also a mistake over here. Basically, it's not a mistake, I just haven't write it that. When you're doing the audiences over here, let me come here, you can create an audience. It's going to be a custom audience. Let's say you go to the website one and you do 180 days. What I want you to do is exclude people over here, use the same pixel that you use, the correct pixel one, and take the purchase event and put again 180 days. Obviously, don't do it like me and in the name here, name it add to cart, for example, or website visitors 180 days, excluding customers purchases 180 days, and you create this. So when you create this, you can come and you can go here from the menu to the advertisement settings. Okay, and you can come here. Let's go to the advertisement settings actually to see how it looks. And it's going to be this window. If it's not this window, try to find the audience segments. Okay, this is where we want to be. This is something that we don't touch, and this is the engaged audience. In the engaged audience, you're going to add to cart 180 days, initiate checkout, website visitors 180 days. But people who engaged with Facebook, with Instagram, but in all of this case, you're just going to exclude the people who have purchased in the last 180 days. Why? Because you want to keep them outside of this engaged audience. Okay. The other thing is that in the existing customer audience, you're going to upload the people who purchased in the last 180 days, but you are also going to add a Klaviyo list, or if you have an email list with people who have actually purchased in the lifetime on the store. As you can see here, it says last updated May 20, and all of that. You don't have to go through the process of doing this again and again and again, because I'm telling you, I'm afraid that it's resetting the campaigns, but this is the correct setup that you need to have here. And the things that you're winning by doing that is that you are going to be able to break down the results, see how many existing customers you are targeting, and you are going to also be able to use the cap if you have to use it on the advanced shopping campaigns. You can only use your existing customers over here. It has to be your list and the people who have purchased in the last 180 days. The engaged audience, you don't have to necessarily use it. I don't think that you're winning something. Yeah, you can do both of the things, the ASC campaign cap and the breakdown of results. You can do it with the existing customers. If you are the existing audience, you can see also the breakdown there. Don't forget that you have to be careful with that because you might reset your campaigns. That's the most important thing, but these are the correct settings. In the engaged audience, don't just add an add to cart 180 days without excluding the past customers, because it doesn't make any sense. It has to be only engaged audience. So these are the audiences. This is what you should do. Be careful not to reset your ad accounts. And don't forget that if you want to learn more, you can check my book, my course, my website, my mentorship programs, and of course below my mentorship programs, you can be able to see all of the testimonials from the people that they have completed the program. And until we meet again, be creative, be consistent.